All right, ladies and gentlemen, as expected, we have some flooding around the region this morning. We have tidal flooding, and then there's been rain on top of it, so basically flooding on top of flooding. And so we've got Lake Wavy. This is out in front of our studio. This happens quite a bit. Hasn't happened in a while, I got to admit. So we do have some flooding causing stalled out vehicles there a little while ago. The tide is topping off. It's at high tide right now. It's gone to 6 feet. Now, it was forecast 5.8, just a little bit above forecast, not much, but also that wind's driving it in. So it's going to take a longer time for that to go down. It will go down in the next couple of hours, probably in the next 2 to 3, maybe even 4 hours, though. It'll take a little extra time. And then the next high tide tonight should be much less, 5 feet. That'll be some minor tidal flooding. Then we'll be fine after that point. So here's Nags Head right now. We've got some heavy rain around the region and some strong winds. Not as heavy as it was, though. That heaviest rain has moved offshore. So we got rain showers for the Outer Banks, northeast North Carolina, the south side, and the eastern shore. But you can see that mix line is starting to make it into Sussex County, up to James City County, and more so, I think, into Gloucester and Matthews County. All that heavy rain's moved out of the Outer Banks. Again, here's the rain, South Mills, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, up to Hampton, and then that mixed zone, Williamsburg, Gloucester, and then up towards Tangier Island. And it's just a solid snow, I think, around Stevensville and Brandon and up towards Richmond. But this is the camera view at Williamsburg. Looks like maybe a bit of a mix. Hard to tell. I think it's rain with a little bit of snow and sleet trying to mix in right now. Temperatures are above freezing there. It's 37. It's 41 in Norfolk, 49 Elizabeth City, but 35 Wallops Island and 35 in Saluda. So that mix zone, this is at noon, gets closer to the metro with some snow to the north of it. And then we got the mix in the metro, some snow as you go from the peninsula northward and westward, but I think it'll be pretty much just a mix the whole time from Virginia Beach to the south because you got that wind coming off the water, and the water temps are near 50 degrees. So there's the winter weather alerts that we have for that. We've got 4 to 8 inches of snow up around the northern neck, maybe Middlesex County, but 1 to 4, mostly on grass in the purple. That's the peninsula, middle peninsula, and over towards Accomack County. Now, I'm going to have more on that coming up in just a bit, but now I want to give you another look at what's going on out there live with our reporter, Aisha Tolliver. Aisha, how's it looking out there? What's the latest with that water level?
So it's actually went down a little bit over here, surprisingly, because it hasn't stopped raining. We're here outside the Chrysler Museum. So where before I showed you the grass was covered, you couldn't really tell that there was a sidewalk. Well, okay, yeah, it's still pretty deep. I mean, up to almost my ankles, I would say. I'm not even gonna venture out there. But so definitely still some flooding going on, but it looks like it is easing back down over here by the Hague. Another concern, though, as people head out on the roads, especially in this community, is there is a lot of debris from trees, things like that. So just be careful and consider that as you're heading out. We did just watch, actually, this Ford F-150 completely, you know, he was actually parked in front of this white sedan and drove out here to this parking lot. And when he drove through, I mean, it went well over his grill of his car. So, I mean, it's pretty deep in there. Some of these cars are going to be out of luck, I'm afraid, if they don't go ahead and try and move them sooner rather than later. But hey, I don't know. As I mentioned, it's starting to go down, so maybe just waiting for it to go down is a better plan of action at this point. And then as far as the wind goes, again, it's knocking down, causing some debris to happen in the roads and, you know, for some of that rain to hit you in the face. But it's not as bad as it was earlier, I would say. Back to you, Jeremy.
All right, thanks for that report. Yeah, and it is peaking now, the tide, so it should go down next couple of hours. But the wind still is very strong. We're getting gusts of 45 miles an hour. We're getting some power outages out there, so watch out for that. And, you know, as we go to the afternoon, we are going to get that changeover. We'll probably see a melting mix for Virginia Beach, lower eastern shore. We'll have more of a dusting, maybe up to an inch on some grassy areas for parts of the metro. But you go from, again, the peninsula northward, and we could see some amounts on the grass, 1, 2, maybe 2 to 4 inches up towards those winter warning areas. We're going to have more updates on this throughout the morning and a full update for you. Wavy News 10 at midday. You can always go to wavy.com. There's updates on there as well.